Welcome to the WCG for match 4 of the 2019 Australia Day T20 Big Bash, which sees tournament debutant 60 Grit taking on the two-time and defending champions HOWZAT. 60 Grit are made up of one debutant and two returning elder statesmen here at the WCG. Mark Pasterfield will captain the side today. He makes his first appearance at the Australia Day T20 Big Bash since the 2017 edition, where he made the grand final with Wet Up. Clinton Cowan, the debutant, makes his full WCG debut in today's tournament, with Chris Mendham, who has not featured at the WCG since the first edition of the Australia Day T20 Big Bash, rounding out the side. There's just one change from HOWZAT's championship winning side from last season. Terry Thompson makes way for Jack Sullivan, who has joined from the six offenders. HOWZAT will once again be captained by Brendan Scott, with the youngster Costa Savas returning for his second tournament. HOWZAT have won the toss and they have sent 60 Grit into bat. So it'll be Mark Pasterfield, the skipper, to open up for 60 Grit. Had a horrible test series with the bat for Brendan's 11. He'll be looking for a fresh start in this year's tournament. So we're all set to go in match 4. It'll be Costa Savas bowling the first over to Mark Pasterfield. In now, it's a full toss, and Pasterfield hits that back towards Savas, who fields well off his own bowling. Decent start there from the youngster. It was a revelation for HOWZAT in last year's tournament, as he's in now again to Pasterfield. It's a full delivery, and Pasterfield's able to get this away to the mid-wicket boundary, and he's off the mark for the tournament. Savas just straying into Pasterfield's pads, pays the price. 60 Grit are up and racing for the tournament. Savas will bowl again to Pasterfield, and again he strays into Pasterfield's pads, but Mark can't get this one away. Pasterfield has already doubled his test series tally with just one shot here in this tournament. Here is Costa Savas bowl again to him now. It's a full toss, and Pasterfield has hit this over the fence. Costa Savas gets a wicket in his first over, and Pasterfield goes cheaply. 60 Grit 1 for 4 in the opening over, as it will be Clinton Cowan, the debutant, who makes his way to the crease. He'll be under the pump from ball 1, with his side in a bit of trouble in this opening over at 1 for 4. So it'll be Savas who will bowl the final ball of what's been a brilliant over so far. In now to Cowan, it's a full delivery, and it's a play and miss from the debutant. It'll be Scott to bowl to Clinton Cowan for the second over of the innings. In now, it's a full delivery outside the off stump, and that's well fielded there by young Costa Savas, who shows plenty of urgency there in the field. It's been a good start here from the defending champions, as Scott is into Cowan once again, and it's a full delivery, and there's no appeal, so this must not have come off the bat. No, it's clearly off the leg. 60 Grit 1 for 4 in the second over. Scott will continue to Cowan. It's a good length delivery. Cowan just plays that on the offside towards the fence, and will scamper through for a single, and that is his first run at the WCG. It's always nice to tick that little box off and get underway. Here's he'll face Scott once again, who's in now. It's another good length delivery, and he just defends that on the leg side as it's fielded by Jack Sullivan. So a conservative start here from the debutants. Defending champions haven't really given him much to hit, as Scott continues to Cowan. He plays on the leg side. He's going to go for a single run. He's run out. No, he's not! Can you believe it? The ball has gone through the stumps again. Oh, twice in 2 matches. So it'll be Jack Sullivan, who's just seen his brilliant piece of fielding go unrewarded, to bowl the third over of the innings, as he's in now to Cowan. It's a short, wide delivery. Cowan can only manage to hit it towards the bin and sneak through for a single. 60 Grit 1 for 7 in the third over. They're going to have to get a bit of a wriggle on here, as Sullivan bowls again to Cowan. This one hits Cowan on the body, and he'll sneak through for a leg bye. So although he's not getting the ball away to the boundary, he is still ticking over the scoreboard. Time is running out here for the 60 Grit to get up towards a good total. Here is Sullivan, will bowl again to Cowan, and it's a good length delivery outside the off stump, which beats him. This has been a good start to the over here from Sullivan. 60 Grit 1 for 11. Sullivan will come in for the final ball of his over, and it's a short delivery, but Clinton Cowan has hit this over the fence, and that's the second wicket down for 60 Grit. It was not Jack Sullivan's best delivery, but it is effective, and 60 Grit are 2 down. So it'll be Chris Mendham, the final batsman for 60 Grit, to make his way to the crease. As mentioned prior, he has not featured at the WCG since season 1. He's going to have to get going from ball 1. It's going to be Costa Savas to bowl the first ball of the final over. It's a full toss and hit the Scot at mid-wicket, who could have thrown the stumps down, but decides not to. So a dot ball there for Savas to begin the final over. It's been a brilliant bowling effort so far from HOWZAT to restrict 60 Grit, as he's in again Savas to Mendham, and Mendham can't get this one away as he finds Scott once again. Savas will come in once again here to Mendham. In now to short delivery outside the off stump, and Mendham can only hit the bin and decides against a single. Those 60 Grit are stuck on 11 with 2 balls remaining in the innings. HOWZAT might be thinking bonus point here. As Savas will bowl again to Mendham. It's another full toss, and it's another ball that's hit over the fence. 60 Grit's innings comes to an end. They have been rolled for 11. So a brilliant bowling display from HOWZAT, and some sloppy 60 Grit batting has seen the tournament debutants bowled out for just 11 in their opening fixture. Mark Pasterfield top scoring with 4. Costa Savas picking up 2 wickets, and it's 12 to get here for the defending champs. So it will be Jack Sullivan, the former 6-offender skipper, to open up here for HOWZAT. This is a brilliant opportunity for a bonus point here for HOWZAT. They can chase this down inside 10 deliveries. So it's going to be Mark Pasterfield to bowl the opening over of the innings here to Jack Sullivan. In now, it's a good length delivery, and Sullivan plays that on the offside as it comes back off the fence. He'll scamper through for a single to be off and racing here for the run chase. 60 Grit don't really have much choice here but to attack, with only 11 on the board. So all their men are in catching positions. As Pasterfield will continue again to Sullivan. Sullivan plays this on the leg side. Pasterfield fields well off his own bowling. Good chance for another HOWZAT player to stand up. It's usually been Scott who's been heavily relied upon in the past. As Pasterfield will bowl again here to Sullivan, and it strikes Sullivan on the body, and he will scamper through for a leg bye. So no wicket for 2 in the opening over. HOWZAT required 10 runs off 7 deliveries for a bonus point. Sullivan will be looking towards the boundary pretty shortly. As Pasterfield bowls again to him now, and he charges at Pasterfield, and he has gone to the boundary. This one has been hammered back past Pasterfield for 6, and they're just one clean hit away. So Pasterfield will come into Sullivan for the final ball of his over. In now to Sullivan, it's a full delivery, and Sullivan gets this away to the boundary, and there it is, a bonus point win there for HOWZAT, who have crushed 60 Grit in their opening fixture. So HOWZAT get their title defence off to the best possible start. They have hammered 60 Grit in their opening fixture by 3 wickets and have acquired a bonus point in the process. Jack Sullivan, the hero with the bat, finishing 11 not out of 4 deliveries as HOWZAT rocket to the top of Group B. So as we take a look at the group standings after 1 round of matches, Group A sees Wet Up and 2 inches short of a length, sitting pretty at the top of the table after both acquiring a bonus point each. A win for both sides in their next match will see them qualify for the semi-finals. Nice Gary and Saggy Greens are at the bottom of the table in Group A after their first round defeats, and will be needing to bounce back strongly in order to save their semi-final hopes. HOWZAT sit atop of the Group B standings after their bonus point win against 60 Grit, a point above Young Money Cash Money, who sit in second spot after defeating the 6 offenders in their opening match. With the 6 offenders and 60 Grit rooted to the bottom of the Group B table and have plenty of work to do as we head into round 2.